Okay, so we're on page 25 of the money management, and it says if you're taking out $5,000 as a loan at this interest rate and this number of years, what's your monthly payment going to be? So the thing to recognize with these loan things is that these two numbers, you don't actually, once you've found the number from the chart, you don't need them again. You just ignore them. That's a common mistake students make. They try to actually use these numbers in their calculations. You don't. That's just to help you identify what to use from the chart. So these two numbers, we're going to use the chart with those two numbers. So 4 years, it's a 4-year loan at 5.5%. So when I go back a page to the chart, all I do is I look for the 4-year column and 5.5%. So there it is. 23.32 actually. So $23.32. So that's what I'm going to write down. So 23.32. If it's a test question, you just got 1 out of 2 marks just for finding the correct number, okay? And then we multiply that by the loan amount, which was $5,000. And then we divide by 1,000. Yeah. It's 5.5%, 5.5. Yeah. Then we just punch in 2332 times 5,000 divided by 1,000. And I get $116.60 as my monthly payment. So what that means is that if you went to the bank and you got a loan for $5,000 at this interest rate for 4 years, you would pay $116.60 a month for 4 years to pay it back. You always, the chart number, you always multiply by the loan amount and divide by 1,000. The reason for that is that on the chart, it actually says the number here is per 1,000. Yeah, and then divide by 1,000. So every time you're going to divide by 1,000. Same with mortgage, you always divide by 1,000 as well. Okay, the next one, these are the two numbers I need to look on the chart, 4.75% and 1 year. And I go back, I look at the chart, 4.75% for 1 year is $85.56. So I'm going to write that number down. So $85.56 times the loan amount, which is $13,500, and always divide by 1,000. 85.56 times 13,500 divided by 1,000. And I get $1,155.06. It's a pretty large monthly amount, but keep in mind, it's a pretty big loan, $13,500, and they're paying it back in 1 year. So that's a lot of money to pay back in 1 year. So that's why the monthly amount's quite large. Next one, a 7% loan for 5 years. So let's go look at the chart. 7%, 5 years is $19.81. The loan amount in this one is $7,800, and then divided by 1,000. On the chart, $19.81 times $7,800 divided by 1,000. So this one, the monthly payment is $154.52 from the chart when we went and looked up 7% 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like these two numbers turn into that number there, that first one. Okay, 6.25% is the same thing as 6.25. So we're going to use 6.25 and 3 years to find our chart number. 6.25 for 3 years, I get the number 30.54. So I'm going to write that down. So that's from the chart. That gets multiplied by the loan amount of $10,750, and then we have to divide by 1,000. $328.31. And the last one, 8.5 and 2 years. So on the chart, there's the 8.5, there's the 2 years. $45.06. Times the loan amount, which is pretty large. So 46 times 18,250 divided by 1,000 equals 829.65. It's a pretty large payment, but it was a large loan and it's being paid back pretty fast. Okay? Now, a lot of this work that's being done, that we're doing here, if you're looking at things like cars, quite often websites now will do it for you, right? They don't make you look at a chart and figure it out. But it is useful to sort of understand where the numbers are. Who wants to buy a car online?